So strange to see flowers growing down here. Someone set up these lamps after the bed rocking.
Whew, okay, good. He's okay. It's okay. Normally looking at flowers isn't good.
How's it looking?
Doesn't seem to be anybody around. Nobody inside. Should be safe. Safe-ish. Let's just get that weapon and get out of here.
Radar definitely deserves a promotion at the end of this. I agree. Practice dummy?
It's like the one we used to have back at the treehouse. Till someone, you, broke it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, the treehouse. I remember the treehouse back in the
Remember I
day.
used to read all the time? Now I barely do.
That was me too.
Things change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Petra? What's wrong?
Nothing. It just reminds me of this story about puppies. Really sad story.
Puppies?
You know me, I can't help crying about dumb stuff like that. Puppies, little chickens, rabbits that can't find carrots.
Let's hear it then. I want to hear the story.
Me too.
So yeah, there was this puppy named Pendergast, and she fell into a. There is no puppy.
You lied?
Does this remind you of anything? Our friends? We used to hang out in that treehouse all the time. Now we barely talk. Why does this keep happening? Everyone leaves and I'm just by myself again.
I thought the last
I don't know what I'm
time.
doing wrong.
Wait a minute. The last time I checked, wasn't Petra the one who left? I'm confused. Wasn't she actually the one who left? Or am I just misunderstanding?
I see them one by one just leaving.
I kind of thought you liked it that way. You've always had this I don't need anybody thing going on.
I know. I just thought I could convince myself, I guess. Axel
I
and
do
Olivia
miss those
are
days.
barely around.
Axel and
Who knows
Olivia.
how much longer Jack's gonna stay with us?
I miss those two also. Okay, so Petra's having abandonment issues.
Didn't take long
I get
for
it.
the new Order of the Stone to fall apart.
Or the pig. The pig.
My fault for thinking it would be different. Held together longer than most. That doesn't make it hurt any less, though.
Just because we have our own lives doesn't mean we aren't friends. We still care about each other.
They'd be here if they cared.
That's a little unfair. That's
I know
really
this isn't important
unfair.
right now. Let's just find the weapon and get out of here.
So here's where I have issue with this. This is I get it. I get that Petra is very vulnerable right now. She's very upset, and I understand. Change is something that's very difficult for people. You know, and especially when a lot of change happens as you grow older. So, you know, if you leave elementary school going to middle school, you have to say goodbye to your friends, or at least you don't get to see them very often. Going from high school to college, that's another time where things change and you guys have to go your separate ways. Some of you go to the same college or university, some of you don't. And then going from college into the real world, you know, things change again because, you know, you form some really awesome bonds in college too. You make some wonderful friends, and then you gotta move on and continue on with your life. And then some people get married. That's another big step that can definitely change things. Or even more so, if you decide to have children. Having children is a major, major change, because all of a sudden it's not just about you anymore, or it's not just about you and your spouse. You now have another living being or more that you're responsible for, and your priorities have to shift. You have to now give more time and energy more to your family than you do to your friends, because it's just a necessity. It's priorities. So the sad thing is change is inevitable. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. Sure, it can be a sad thing, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. And when it comes to friendship, at least for me, I'm the kind of person who, you know, once you're my friend, you're always my friend, no matter how often we do or don't talk to each other. You know, if I have, I'd like to believe that I'm the kind of person, I'd like to believe that I'm the kind of friend where even if we haven't spoken in years or decades, even if we haven't spoken years or decades, I like to believe I'm the kind of friend who you could just call me up right out of the blue, and we'll just take it from where we left off. You know, almost as if I had just spoken to you yesterday. Because I'm very comfortable with that. Because I get it. I understand that people's lives, they get very busy. They have other priorities. They have other responsibilities. And it's not your fault. It's not anybody's fault. And it's not necessarily because you care any less about our friendship. It's just, that's just the reality of life. But what I can do, if I was a real friend, if I was a true friend, if you ever do reach out to me, not to allow something like the fact that we haven't spoken to each other in so long, not allow that to affect any way of how I would treat you or respond to you by reaching out to me. Be like, oh, hey, I haven't spoken to you in ages. What's going on? Tell me what's happening. You know, how are life? How are things? You know, here's what's up with me. And it's like, we're cool. We're totally cool. It is a bit of a pet peeve of mine. And again, I know everybody's different. I know not everybody is like me, but it is a bit of a pet peeve of mine when I try to reach out to people or I reach out to friends. And for them, it does matter. For them, it does matter that we haven't spoken in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. It does matter, and it feels awkward, and it feels weird, and that's okay. I mean, it's okay. It's a pet peeve, but it's not like, I'm not saying they're wrong to feel that way. Some people just really value and appreciate recent friendships, and no matter how deep of a friendship that you might have had years ago, if you haven't spoken to each other on a regular basis, then they see you as less of a friend. And I don't like to think that I'm like that at all. I try to make myself the kind of person who is very accessible, and again, just make it not feel weird and just pick up from where we left off. That's just the way that I work. It's just the way that I operate, and it's how I see my friendship with other people. And I believe that my friends, I guess I do value and appreciate more the friends who believe that we have that type of relationship, who believe that we're all, if we're friends and we're close, we're always going to be friends, we're always going to be close, and time doesn't matter. Time would not matter. We would just take it from where we left off whenever the last time we spoke with each other. And even if I have a friend who I never speak to ever again, not on purpose, not because we purposely are avoiding each other, it's just that's how our lives ended up going. We just split them two ways. For all of the friends that I've had, if they're really great friends, even if I live to my last day, to my dying breath, not having spoken to them ever again from this point forward, I'd like to believe that a part of me, a part of my heart, still deeply cares for them and still considers them a friend, even if we never talk to each other ever again. That's just me. So again, I understand where Petra's coming from, but it is a little bit of a pet peeve to me because I don't see true friendship, in my opinion, knows no bounds when it comes to time. Time does not break friendships. For me, at least, it doesn't break friendships or belittles it or devalues it. But I understand that other people's mileage may vary, and that's okay. That's okay too. People move on and get jobs and stuff, but they will always be with you when you need them. I think that's what a true friend is. A true friend is the kind of person who, if you need to talk to them, if you want to talk to them, and just want to catch up, they'll be like, yeah, awesome, let's do it. They'll be happy and welcome you with open arms and not feel all weird about it. I'm in college, and that's my biggest fear. After I'm done with college, I won't see my new friends again. I can't promise you that you'll get to keep all of your friends after college, even your best friends in college. I can't promise that, and I can't promise at all that things will be the same with your friends, once you leave college, because college is a completely different experience. You guys are sort of living in the same campus together, especially if you live on campus. So definitely cherish the time that you have. College is one of people's fondest memories. A lot of people feel, next to the birth of their child and next to their wedding, the time that you spend in college, for many people, that is like some of the happiest times of their life. And that's not supposed to be something to say like, oh, once you're done with college, you have nothing else to look forward to. I don't think that's what I'm trying to say at all. But I think it's a very special time. It's a time that you should definitely cherish. And like all good things, it eventually comes to an end. But that doesn't mean it doesn't continue in some form. Now, it might evolve into something else. It might not be exactly the same as before. But that's not a bad thing necessarily. And I totally understand the fear behind it. But there's also a lot of excitement with what happens next. And even if you have new experiences, even if you have new priorities, new responsibilities, hopefully your true friends, the friends that are really your real friends, will be able to withstand the test of time and still be your friends, regardless. I still think it's the best move. The screen is giving me a headache. My laptop has been crashing a lot lately. Okay, well, thank you for joining us, if I fall into fancy. Petra is sad, but in episode 2, not once did I see her make an effort to talk to Lucas. He came and she pretty much ignored him. This is what makes me annoyed with Petra sometimes. I have to agree with you, Twinkle Blue Star. I can't. Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with you on that. That's a very good point. The thing is, Petra pre-Witherstorm was all alone and was a treasure hunter for other people because she was in a bad place. And after the Witherstorm, she finally had people there for her, and now she doesn't want to be alone again. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like Petra sort of has a little bit of a... I think she has some difficulty or have some challenges with social things. And that makes a lot of sense, I think, because she was a loner and she was very comfortable being herself. She has an issue with social stuff, and I think we're seeing that a lot here. Is that she's struggling with it? I like Petra and I can sympathize with growing apart, but it's not like she can't make more friends. I wouldn't necessarily think of it as replacements, but nothing wrong with a variety. I agree too. I always enjoy meeting new friends, meeting new people. That's not a bad thing. You'll always have a chance, I think, to be able to make more friends if you want to. Or if you have other things like taking care of a family or taking care of a child, that's probably going to keep you occupied anyway. And I don't think you'll be alone taking care of your family either. So it just evolves. Relationships just evolve and change. Unless you call a friend 30 years or later to ask for money. Yeah, I mean, that you shouldn't... I meant, calling up someone to ask to catch up with them. I don't mean calling someone up 30 years later to ask because you want something from them or because you have a favor to ask of them. That's a little bit different. How many people would even have those numbers saved? But then again, there are people using GoFundMe to ask for money for all sorts of things. Like myself, for example. At uni, I had about 10 friends, but 6 years later, it comes to an end, and you might find you take your closest 3 with you. But everyone moves, and you meet other people. I would call everyone in the stream my friend, and I would be there for everyone when you need me. If that seems cheesy, then sorry, but just who I am. Aw, thank you, Twinkle Blue Star 8. That's so sweet. That's very sweet of you. Okay. All right, guys, let's keep going.
Something's not right here.
The beds don't go with the banners? Petra, I think we should talk about this.
I told you, it's not important. We have bigger things to worry about right now. I get that. It's fine.
All right, we'll talk later.
We'll talk later, okay?
Sure. We have to take down the admin. After that, we'll figure out what comes next.
Okay, but don't think that there's anything romantic going on here. Okay, I don't want to lead you on or anything. Let's just be clear. This is completely platonic. Just making it clear so that you don't have any surprises later, because I can't stand
Zara, Fred,
the idea
and
that
Romeo.
we're leading
These must be their
anyone
bearers.
along. Yeah. Look at the sword.
What about this? It's a weapon, right?
It's just a wooden sword. It's like the first thing you learn to build.
Hardly an all-powerful super weapon. Let's keep looking. Something that belonged to Fred.
Sword, a book. And a torch. Look at the purple bed. I can pick up the purple bed.
This one's purple, very regal.
You punch something to pick it up.
Whoa, it's an observer block. What's it looking at? The beds?
Empty space.
Red bed. Huh, kind of fun to say.
Red bed. Pick up the red bed.
Always liked the color blue. Something peaceful about it.
Green is pretty peaceful too. I don't believe it's a romance, it's just a deep friendship. Unlike me and Lucas. Yes. Alright, the sword is red. The book is blue, and purple is the torch. Well, there's a torch right next to Petra. Alright, the sword is red. Red bed.
Red for Romeo.
Taps.
That
Alright.
did something.
Yep.
One down. Now the rest of these need to go in the right order.
The book was blue. Place the blue bed.
Blue for Fred.
Purple. For Zara.
Purple for Zara.
Do we get a torch? Oh, another journal. Is this Fred's journal?
Another one of Fred's
Or
journals.
Zara's journal? I guess it's Fred's journal.
Dear Zara, if you're reading this, I'm already gone. I hid this in the one place I knew you would look for it. Fitting the key to ending all this would be here, where it all started. This is the key to defeating Romeo. It says hashtag potato451.
Potato? That's the weapon? What are we supposed to do with potato?
You can
That's not
you can do a lot with potatoes. You can have, first breakfast, second breakfast, boil them, mash them, stick them with the stew. There's tons of things we can do with Petra. Let's do with potatoes, Petra. Open your mind. Open your mind. Come on, work with me.
a weapon. It's a root vegetable, and not a very good one.
I like.
Ugh,
what
I
are you
hate
talking about?
potatoes.
Potatoes are like
Please
the
stop
best,
saying potato.
the most versatile.
I guess I should say hashtag potato451.
Petra's clearly not a foodie. That's okay. Nobody's perfect.
Take this word of passage and use it at the primary terminal. You can take away his power and end this. Word of passage, huh? I guess that's the potato.
I still have hope for Romeo. He just wanted us to stay together more than anything. I know that's why he's doing this. Maybe I'm being foolish, but I need to know for sure before taking this step. Though I guess if you're here, I got my answer. Maybe someday we'll be together again. Your friend, always, Fred.
Sounds a lot like Petra.
Kind of feel bad for them.
Yeah, I know you can sympathize. You're
Don't
feeling the
you?
exact same way.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad for them, too. This wasn't easy for any of the admins.
They really cared about each other. Everyone talks about Romeo like he was this controlling monster,
Well,
but
he is right now.
Fred wrote that Romeo just wanted to keep them together. More than anything.
He had good intentions.
Isn't that what I've been doing? Especially to you?
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was
want you to
creeping
feel
me out a
forced
bit.
to keep doing something you don't want to. I don't want to be that person. Or make you feel scared to tell me the truth.
I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I do kind of feel like you'd get mad if I didn't want to adventure anymore.
I'm sorry. I just didn't want to lose you. And that doesn't make it okay. I know that. I've been thinking a lot about what you said. About how I need to figure things out for myself. And I think that's out there. Not in Beacon Town. But I don't want to lose you.
Didn't you hear what I said
to me, Jesse.
within during that last pause break?
More than anyone else, you've been there. And I don't want to leave if it means you're my best friend, Jesse.
Oh, well, thank you. I wasn't really sure I liked either of
I don't
those.
feel the same way.
I didn't really like either of those. It felt like
That answers that then.
I didn't like those choices.
We'd
It's like,
better get that book back to the portal.
Right.
it felt a
Let's
little.
go stop the admin. His days of being Jesse are over.
Yes. I don't get involved with fandom shipping wars. There's a lot of shipping in this game, which I find okay, but when they ship groups starting getting mean, then it gets bad. It's silly when you're all fans of the same thing. That's true. Yeah, more ships mean more fan art to enjoy. Plus, polyamory is a thing, so yeah. I just want to clear something up. There is no difference between playing as male or female Jesse, no matter what, you get the same options. Also, all the writers know about what people ship, and the little moments between characters are intentional, so people can interpret them as romantic or not. See, I like that. That's cool. Even gay and lesbian ships, the writers don't want to force Jesse into a relationship with anyone. I don't like them. I don't want them to force Jesse into any relationship either.
Whoa. She did it.
This is it then!
It's time to call the others. We're getting out of here.
Let's get out. Baby, you're a firework. Come and show 'em what you're worth. Make 'em go, oh.
What do you think you're doing? The portal is hidden for a reason, to keep things away.
We're still missing Jack, and this is how we get him back with us.
Right. That won't be a
Yeah, we
burden.
need Jack back.
Sounding pretty admonish there, Zara. The weapon is what we need, not bodies to throw at the problem. People just complicate things, make everything messy, inefficient.
It takes a village, Zara. You knew that once.
Right. And then I learned that lesson. As you can see, the portal's fully functional. You complete your end?
Yep, I think this should send us home. And there's Fred's weapon.
Lucas and Petra would be cute too as a ship. But maybe not in this playthrough.
Potato.
Potato?
Weird, right? I thought it was weird.
Fred trusted him. He went to Romeo with the best of intentions and was...
Betrayed?
Ugh! There is no redemption in Romeo. None. He needs to be stopped. Once and for all. He deserves it. Worse. For this and everything else.
What would Fred say, though?
Only way.
You know that's not what Fred would have wanted.
No, you're right. But Fred is dead because of his heart. Something else has to be tried.
But heroes are supposed to help people, not hurt them.
Romeo deserves what's coming to him. Fred should be avenged. Fred was the best of us, cut down. I can't let it stand.
Going after revenge would make us just like Romeo, Zara. We're better than that.
Well, we are. I don't know about Zara
Yeah.
right now.
Well, I guess we'll have to see if Romeo understands anything but violence.
And if he does,
Romeo
I'll be the one to take
destroyed
him
my
down.
World, and I wasn't there to help it. He's stolen it from me. There is no rebuilding. I have nothing now. It's really over.
Give Zara's
All the
bed.
things we made.
I don't need it. Here.
Here, I found this, and there are good things left if you look for them.
That you would... I'm not used to being wrong.
Well, you better get used to it soon, honey, because you're going to be wrong a lot.
Thank you.
You're
But
welcome.
we still need to move forward. All right. Let's get this over with. Hand over that trinket of yours.
Where's Jack?
Jesse?
Oh no, where's Jack? Jack, come back. Jack, come back. Jack, come back. Jack, come back.
That's our way home!
Here.
Oh, man.
Everyone, get out of its way!
It's the Fred folk!
Those are not the people from Fred's Keep. Those are mobs! Oh, just what we needed.
To find me a bed when I had been so unhelpful. Go! Mobs don't stand a chance.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Radar. Ow! He landed on his face. Poor Jesse. Radar. Okay, so he can teleport with what he's holding, but not if radar's on the thing he's holding. What's with...
Tasty, I'm not!
The logic is a little
I know
odd.
that Enderman wouldn't really beat Radar, but
Stay away from my boy. Get out of my way, zombies. Ooh. I can't roll. Goodness gracious. Take that.
No! I will not run anymore!
Get him, Radar! Use your kung fu moves. Where's our ninja when we need him?
You just do your worst, you...
Did I just punch him out of the way? Oh no. Come on, Jesse. He totally had it. He totally had it.
You let Jesse go! Don't you have any decency?
You tell him,
It is
Radar.
not cool to go around smashing everything up, making a mess, and grabbing people! Ah! Eat this!
Yeah, Radar, you tell him. See, he's got this. Jack!
Ha!
Thank you,
Looks
Jack.
like all my training from the marsh hoppers of the Harlying Swamps totally paid off.
I'm glad to see you back, Jack. Oh, we got to hug Jack. We get to hug everybody, but not Lucas. Why do we hug everyone but Lucas?
Hey guys,
Group
pretty
hug.
cool, right?
for Fred's Keep! For the future! Fight!
Yeah! Whoa, alright. I'm surprised Kent's not wearing
Time to let
the
my
undergarments.
swamps get a taste of Monster Hide. It's hungry. Yeah!
We have to repair the building, otherwise that Enderman is never gonna leave us alone. Nothing like a little pressure to make building fun.
Alright.
Not exactly sure where this will bring us, but hopefully it'll be close to home.
Yeah! Open the gate! Sweet. Let's go.
Everyone, we are leaving!
Oh boy. Radar.
We're winning for now. but they're not going to be able to hold that line for much longer. Especially not if that Enderman takes the portal apart. It's bad news.
I gotta save Radar. Gotta save my kid. Nope, 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 nope. Not leaving my child behind.
More bad news. I think it likes me.
Oh, we all like you, Radar.
That means I can be a distraction.
Oh no.
Yeah, if you want to be stuck down here.
No, Radar, don't do it.
I know. But if I do that, it'll let everyone get through the portal safe and sound.
You've got nothing to prove. You've already proven
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I'll totally lead him away, and you guys can make a run for it.
Radar, you have nothing to prove to us. We know that you're capable.
Yeah, look how well you did back at Romeo's challenge. You don't have to do this.
It's not about that. It's about doing what's right.
My child,
No
my
way
son's so
everyone's getting
proud.
through the portal with that huge creep hanging around. They'd get left behind.
Oh no. Radar. No.
The Enderman is after me. I can buy you time.
Oh
You're
no.
our friend, Radar. We're not leaving you down here. We have to stick together.
This is my time, Jesse. I know it.
This is his
I
time.
have to do this.
I have to let him go. Oh no! Return with Radar. Oh no! Oh! This is hard! Oh, this is so hard! Ah! Like, seriously, I know it's just joking, but like, I really feel this bond with Radar. He's like, you know, he's like our kid. He's like our son. And it's like, of course I want to protect him, but at the same time, it's like his life over all of these people. I mean, this is like, one versus all of these people. But at the same time, he's right. This is his time to shine. This is his moment. Like, this is, he wants to do this. Like, and like any proud parent, I have to let him go. I have to let him do what he believes is right. What do you guys think? I think I know what I'm gonna do, but I just want to know from the audience what you guys think. Maybe it'll influence what I'd end up deciding. So you guys tell me what you think I should do. Because right now I'm like, hold the line. It looks like Stranger Things 2 go away. No, thanks, Sen. It makes a lot of sense. Maybe it wasn't a romance. I mean, you could say something like, you mean a lot to me. Can't that be a friend saying? What the heck, you're a better singer than me. Oh, thank you, Keiki. I kind of ship Petra with Lucas, if I'm honest. Petra is strong and tough, but hot-headed and reckless in tough situations, whereas Lucas is strong and tough, but Lucas is calmer in tougher situations. I agree with your friends, The Avenger, I agree with you. Friends can say that. I don't like Romeo, but if I could kill Romeo, I'm not sure. I mean, Ivor was forgiven for the Witherstorm thingy. Is what Romeo done any worse than the Witherstorm? Protect the precious cinnamon roll, Radar. Do Endermen eat, or do they just kill? That looks like a Stranger Things 2 go away. Enderman is like that, didn't hurt. If there's a hug Lucas option next episode, I will be hugging him. Diamond Hoe Warriors, hold the line. Don't be a hero. Let him do it. Not another tough Telltale classic choice. What? What's your... Oh, I hate Telltale sometimes. Jesse's Hark's son is growing up. Chances are he'll probably survive. This one is really hard. If it is saving your kid versus letting him save the people, which is what he wants. Yeah, that's what makes it really hard. That's make it really hard. Oh, I was thinking, cool, Radar gets to choose what to do. But you get to choose in the end anyways. Coin flip or straw poll? Save Fred's people, Fred's people. Let Radar do the right thing. You let Nerm stay at the prison, so why not let Radar do this? That's true. I think he'll be fine. It's good that he's stepping up and helping others. Save the people, but I hope Radar doesn't die. I don't like it, but I would save Fred's people. But I don't like leaving Radar. I agree, save Fred's people, save the people. Radar wants to save them. Can't take that away from him. How many of the people have weapons on them anyways? Yeah, as a parent, someone who sees Radar as yourself as a parental figure to Radar, he's right. Even though I hate it, he's right. This is the right thing to do. And what kind of message would I be giving to my son or my son figure? What kind of message would I be giving him by denying him this and telling him, yeah, you should always do the right thing unless, you know, blah. And this blah is not, I don't want to give him the wrong message. Even though it means that we could lose him. But this is what he wants. This is what he wants to do. You know, it's sort of like watching your child join anything dangerous that could be life-threatening, like joining the army, joining the military, becoming a police officer, things like that. I know many parents have mixed feelings. They want to be proud of their child for doing something like that, for being a hero. They want to be proud of them, but there's also, if they were being completely honest, there's also a part of them that feels very mixed about it because they, of course, want their child to be safe. But, you know, if this is what he wants to do, I can't deny him that, especially if it is the right thing to do. Speaking of which, you prefer radar on your wall yet? Did you put radar? I'm going to have to put radar on my wall. I haven't updated my wall in a while, and I need to. That's a good idea. I will be updating my wall soon, at least in time for the next year. I have to save Fred's people. This is your moment to shine, radar. I hope we can have time to save radar, to save Nurm, because we still have to go back for Nurm anyway. So if we can go back for Nurm, we're going back for radar. So let's save Fred's people.
Go for it, radar. I'll see you topside.
Come and get some of this! Oh yeah, that's right! I'm talking about these huge arms!
So proud.
And he's giving us an opening. Everyone now, Kent, come on!
He's so brave. Radar has grown so much. He's so brave.
You could ask more nicely.
But where?
Anywhere's got to be better than here.
It's done. Ow.
Oh, pain everywhere.
That's it. No more mystery portals. Ever.
Sarah stayed behind? Ah!
I'm with the llama.
Whoa.
Is everyone all right?
It's the Old Order's temple. We did it. We're back.
Oh, awesome. But how about...
Radar would be flipping out if he were here right now.
Yeah, I know.
Standing where the great hero stood. This is amazing.
That's an awesome...
Spot on impression.
He'll be back to see it soon.
You know, he'd be all over historical Order of the Stone sites.
That was a great impression,
He'd probably
Petra.
not want to touch anything.
He'll be
Too
back.
scared. It was weeks before he'd touch the Order Hall front door without wearing gloves.
He'll make it back to us. He'll just be a little...
Late? Sure. Bet that'll bother him, too. He's always on time.
Oh.
Jesse, we are endlessly grateful to your friend for what he did for us.
We'd thank him if we could. We didn't know if we'd ever see the sky again.
All right, let's go after...
Did you see that?
We gotta go save Lucas and the rest of Beacon Town.
Okay, somebody tell me I'm losing it. Is that?
What have they been doing?
Beacon Town.
Yep. Nice. Below the bedrock. All right. Whew. All right. That was episode 4. Episode 5 is going to come soon, and we'll see how it closes out. Hopefully we'll see Lucas. Did you accept the Scavengers deal? You and 34.4% of players accepted the Scavengers deal. Ooh, you're in the minority there. Did you win the trivia contest? You and 78.3% of players won the trivia contest in Fred's Keep. Wow. What did you say to Petra? You and 2.7%. 2.7% of players stayed silent. 79.4% of players promised to stay with Petra, which I couldn't promise. 17.9% of players promised to wait for Petra, which, I don't know, that felt like something romantic to me. I know it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but I don't know, I just kept getting a romantic vibe from that. And I didn't want her... The worst I can do, I think, is to lead someone on romantically when I'm just want it to be platonic. And I didn't want to say promise to stay with Petra, because you can't promise that. So I had to stay silent just because I didn't like either of those responses. I felt like silence was a little bit better than picking the two things that was just... For me, staying silent was the lesser of the three evils. For me, in that moment. That was what my gut was saying. So, I know she felt bad about what I said, or didn't... She felt bad that I didn't say anything. But, I mean... I think that that's better than the other options in the long run. Did you give Zara her bed? That was... You and 87.1% of players gave Zara her bed. I don't know why anyone would necessarily not want to unless they really can't stand Zara that much. Why? Who did you bring to the surface? You and 67.8% of players brought Binta and Fred's friends back to the surface. I mean, it was the right thing to do. That was the right thing. That was the right choice. I'm very happy, though, that I'm in the 2.7%. This song that they're singing.
But I won't be alone at its end, for I will wait in the shallows until we meet again.
Who's singing? Is this Ivor? Who's singing?
We meet again.
Okay. While we're waiting for the end of this, again, guys, this is time for your Q&A, for my Q&A session. If there's anything you want to ask me about, please let me know. I'll also ask you guys a question. What are your thoughts and predictions or hopes for the final episode? Predictions, hopes, whatever for the final episode. Would love to hear from you. And any question that you have to ask me, please feel free to ask me. I think he'll be fine. It's good that he's stepping up and helping others. Save the people, but I hope Radar doesn't die. I hope so too. I don't like it, but I would save Fred's people, but I don't like leaving Radar. Radar knows is the right thing to do, but you promised Binta you would take them to the surface. Yeah, that definitely made it feel like this is the right way to go. Wait, Zara stayed behind. She can help Radar. She could. And I think I expected him to be traitor in episode 1. I did too, actually. I definitely thought he might have been a traitor. Radar will be fine. He'll be fine, right? Mokia is best. B.O.B. raid. I wonder how Stella is now. Wow, the tension. Bring episode 5 out now, please. Listen to the music during the credits. Jack is singing. Oh, that's Jack. That is Jack. Sorry, I totally missed all the lyrics, Jack. It's okay. How are you enjoying the South Park game? Ooh, Lucas! Yes! Lucas, suit up.
Jesse, man, is it good to see you?
No!
Where are the others?
No! Don't believe him, Lucas! Don't believe him! No! Quick, check the underwear! Okay, now we gotta save Lucas. Oh, no. Don't worry. I'll save you. I'll save them all. Oh, episode 5 can't come soon enough. To answer Kenpedo Kiss's question, how are you enjoying the South Park game? The new one is interesting too, but I'm not as into superheroes, I guess. I love it. It's so much fun. Even though it doesn't seem like it's the type of game that I would enjoy. So here's the thing. South Park humor, I can only take it in doses. I will admit, the crass humor I can take in doses. There are certain parts of the South Park humor that I don't really, that isn't really funny for me. For example, they make a lot of farting jokes, or just like disgusting jokes in general, although it's not as bad. The disgusting jokes aren't as bad as Family Guy, because Family Guy can definitely do a lot of very specifically vile, disgusting things, which I feel like I feel like Family Guy sometimes even surpasses South Park with it. Whereas at South Park, I don't know, I feel like it's not as bad at times. So disgusting humor, the farting jokes, I don't find funny at all. I feel like, yeah, this doesn't do anything for me, and for me it's a waste of time. Like, give me something else that's actually funny. Things get very offensive and very crass, but I go in already expecting it. That's the thing. Like, I expect it. I don't, of course, agree or condone any of the really offensive things that they say or do. But for me, it's all just in good fun. It's all in good fun. Yes, they offend people, but they offend everyone equally. No one's safe. They offend everyone. So at least they're not, at least they're not being discriminatory. They don't discriminate against who they end up deciding to offend, because they offend everyone. And so, I guess whenever I watch a South Park episode, I just go in understanding, all of this stuff is just ridiculous and ludicrous, but that's the point. It's outrageous. Never would I ever actually agree with the things that they're saying or doing, but it's, as long as you recognize that it's meant to be ridiculous and ludicrous, there is humor to that I do find. And some of the humor, I think, in South Park has become cleverer over the years and isn't just mindless humor. And they point out a lot of things. They point a lot of things that are very relevant to what's going on in the world, and they poke fun at it. And, SNL does the same thing. Now, they're not nearly as crass, or they're not as crass as South Park, but it's the same idea. So the game itself, The Stick of Truth, is just so well done. Like, I'm so amazed by how great the writing is, the art style. I mean, it looks like a South Park episode, all the voice acting, and the RPG elements. They could have gone with something that was a lot shallower RPG wise, but for what it is, like, I was very impressed by all the really neat RPG elements that it did contain, like equipping yourselves and leveling up and choosing the classes, being a Jew, and the summons, and the combos you can do with all of the like modifications you can do to your weapons and your armor. It's super fun, super fun. I'm absolutely enjoying it. I know it's definitely not for everyone. I know that a lot of people out there would be very uncomfortable playing that game, and so of course I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to everybody. But if you're a fan of South Park, or if you're a fan of other adult, very mature humor like Family Guy, it's just fun. And I just was really impressed by how well they were to weave a lot of the episodes. They made reference to a lot of episodes, not only in the game itself, but in the main storyline. I was really shocked and pleasantly surprised how many references I got, because I don't follow the show. I don't really watch South Park religiously. I think I have watched the first 2 seasons when they first came out back in the day, and haven't really been watching many of the episodes ever since. So I was really surprised that there were a lot of references that I kept catching throughout the Let's Play. And there were definitely a lot of parts that made me blush. There were definitely a lot of parts that made me like, oh my gosh, groan, like, I can't believe they did that. I mean, wait a minute, South Park, I do believe they did that. And I feel like part of the fun in that Let's Play is just watching me squirm and watching me react to some of the ridiculousness that the game puts in. So I'm definitely looking forward to the second game, because I also am a big superhero fan. I love both the fantasy genre and the superhero genre. And I watched all of the Coon and Friends episodes, the Coon and Friends episodes. I love Mysterion. Mysterion is so cool. And I love the Friends part of the Coon and Friends. Cartman, as many of you probably know by now, is not my favorite character. Cartman is actually my least favorite character of the bunch. I don't like I guess I don't like what's the word? I don't like mean humor, if that's the best way to put it. I don't like mean, MEAN humor. I just don't find that funny.